Did you know that some cultures believe plants possess a spiritual essence that can interact with human consciousness? Welcome to the intriguing world of plant spirituality. At its core, plant spirituality is the belief that plants are living, conscious entities possessing a spiritual essence. This belief has been part of humanity's relationship with nature since time immemorial. From the shamanic traditions of the Amazon to the indigenous cultures of North America, plants have been revered not only for their life-sustaining properties but also for their spiritual significance. It's a concept that transcends geographical boundaries and cultural differences, forming a thread that weaves together the tapestry of human spirituality. From sacred groves to medicinal herbs, the spiritual essence of plants permeates many facets of our lives, often without us even realizing it. So let's delve into the fascinating journey of plant spirituality, shall we? Throughout history, humans have recognized the spiritual significance of plants. This statement rings true across different cultures and civilizations. From the ancient Mayans to the indigenous tribes of North America, from the mystics of the East to the philosophers of the West, plants have been revered, respected, and considered sacred. Let's take a journey back in time. In the Americas, indigenous tribes have long recognized the spiritual essence of plants. The Native Americans, for instance, had a deep respect for plants, viewing them as wise, sentient beings. They believed in the power of plants to heal not just the body but the mind and spirit too. This reverence led to a rich tradition of herbal medicine and spiritual practices like the sacred tobacco ceremony. Traveling east, we find ourselves in the ancient civilization of India. Here, the sacred tulsi plant or the holy basil holds a revered place in Hindu households. It's not just a plant but a divine manifestation of the goddess Tulsi, symbolizing purity and devotion. Meanwhile, in the heart of Africa, the indigenous tribes have long practiced plant-based spirituality. The Bantu people of Central Africa, for example, believe in the spiritual power of the iboga plant. To them, iboga is a tool for healing and spiritual exploration. Moving to the Middle East, we discover the cedars of Lebanon, mentioned over 70 times in the Bible. These majestic trees were considered holy and were used in the construction of sacred temples. Finally, in the Far East, Buddhism venerates the Bodhi tree, under which Buddha is said to have attained enlightenment. It symbolizes awakening and the potential for every being to attain a state of perfect understanding. In each of these cultures, plants have been more than just life-sustaining resources. They've been spiritual companions, teachers, and healers. They've been revered, respected, and even worshipped. These diverse traditions highlight the universal human tendency to recognize the spiritual essence of the green world around us. Indeed, our ancestors understood the profound spiritual connection between humans and the green world around us. And as we continue our journey, we'll discover how this connection is being rekindled in our modern world. But it's not just ancient wisdom. Modern science too has begun to shed light on the intriguing world of plant consciousness. Delving deeper, we find fascinating studies that reveal plants' responsiveness and communication abilities. It seems plants can sense and respond to their environment in ways that challenge our conventional understanding of consciousness. Take, for instance, the research on how plants communicate using chemical signals, both within themselves and with other plants. Or the studies showing how they respond to sound vibrations, suggesting a level of perception we're just beginning to understand. Even more intriguing is the research that hints at plants' ability to learn and remember. These scientific insights are reshaping our understanding of plant consciousness. They're hinting at a level of awareness in plants that, while different from human consciousness, is still profound. It's a reminder that life in all its forms is interconnected and intelligent in its own unique ways. So, as we can see, science and spirituality often intersect in the realm of plants. Now you might be wondering, how can I connect spiritually with plants? Well, there are countless ways to do so, and it often begins with simply slowing down and being present with the natural world around us. One method is mindful gardening, where you can immerse yourself in the rhythm of nature. This isn't about rushing to sow seeds and reap the harvest. It's about observing the subtle changes, the budding leaves, the blooming flowers, and feeling a deep sense of connection with the life cycle of plants. You might also try forest bathing, a practice originated from Japan known as Shinrin-yoku. This involves immersing oneself in a forest environment and soaking in the atmosphere through all your senses. Perhaps you prefer a more meditative approach, sitting quietly with a plant or tree and tuning into its energy. It's not about thinking, but about feeling and being with the plant. Remember, the aim is to cultivate a sense of respect, reverence, and mutual understanding with the plant world. So we've seen how plants hold a significant place in our spiritual and ecological well-being. They're not just silent, passive entities, but vibrant, communicative beings with their own form of consciousness. This realization brings us to a new level of respect and reverence for these green companions that share our world. From a historical and cultural perspective, we've discovered that various traditions around the globe have recognized the spiritual essence of plants. Indigenous practices, shamanic traditions, and ancient cultures have all revered plants and acknowledged their spiritual significance. In the realm of science, we've touched upon research that reveals plants' remarkable responsiveness and communication abilities. These insights challenge our conventional understanding of consciousness and invite us to explore the possibility of plant spirituality. We've also explored ways to connect with plant energy. Whether through mindful gardening, forest bathing, or meditative practices with plants, these methods allow us to tap into the subtle energies of the green world and foster a deeper spiritual connection. And let's not forget the vital role plants play in healing and medicine. Across various healing traditions, plants have been used for both physical and spiritual healing, underscoring their importance in our overall well-being. Now, as we delve deeper into the spiritual world of plants, it's crucial to remember the ethical and ecological implications. Our interactions with plants should be respectful and mindful, acknowledging their inherent value beyond mere utility. The spiritual exploration of plants also calls us to be more ecologically aware and committed to conservation efforts. To incorporate plant spirituality into your daily life, consider creating a sacred garden space, using plants in meditation, or learning about your local flora. These practices not only enrich your spiritual journey, but also foster a more sustainable relationship with nature. As we deepen our connection with the green world, we not only enrich our spiritual lives, but also contribute to the well-being of our planet. So, why not start your journey with plant spirituality today?